Hello, students. I'm going to explain this book, Grade 12, Calculus and Vector for Nielsen School Textbook. I'm going to explain the Unit 7.5. Let's start. So in Unit 7.5, on page 389, so it's introduced two formulas for scalar projection and for vector projection. So first formula, scalar projection, second formula, vector projection, and the third formula, the direction cosine for the vector ABC. And that's the formulas. I'm going to start to do exercise and write it on paper to explain to you. Now, question 7 is asking for each of the following, determine the scalar and the vector projection for x on y. So vector x on vector y. So giving you ABC. So I'm going to start to illustrate on paper. Now on page 399, chapter unit 7.5, question 7. So if vector x is equal 1 and 2, so vector y 1 and negative 1. So what is asking? Find scalar and vector projection of x on y. So let's apply formulas. Now we're going to write into a scalar projection, vector x on vector y. So it's equal vector x dot vector y. Divide the magnitude of vector y. So we apply the formula. So now we're going to take two vector, to dot the product. It will be 1 times 1. 8, 1 times negative 1 and square root for the y. So it will be 1 square, 8, negative 1 square. So we are going to get the numerator. It will be 1 minus 1 and square root of 2. So it's equal 0 since 1 minus 1 is equal 0. So therefore, the scalar projection is equal 0. Now, we're going to find the vector projection. So I'm going to write down the formula. Now, vector projection, x vector on y vector is equal vector x dot vector b divide the magnitude of vector y and square root it. So we're going to apply. So the same way. So since we already done the dot product here, it's 1 minus 1. So we're going to put 1 minus 1. And the magnitude is going to be square rooted. So we're going to put 2 and square root it. So it's equal 0 over 2. So its projection is equal 0. So now we're going to do the next question. Now for question B, we're going to repeat the process. So we find the scalar projection first for the vector x on vector y. So in vector x dot a vector y divide the magnitude of vector y. So we apply the vector. So we're going to put 2 times 1, 8, 2, root 3 times 0 is the magnitude. It's equal, the y is 1 square, is 0 square. So we're going to get the first part. So this is equal 0. So 2 times 1, we get 2. Now, and then 1 exponent to square root is equal 1. And then we got the scalar projection is a 2. Now we're going to do the second process. As for the vector projection, now we apply formula. So the vector projection is the vector x on vector y is equal vector x dot vector y divide the magnitude of vector y square. Now we apply the point here. So we already done the first one. So it's 2 times 1, 8, 2 square root 3 times 0. So it's equal 1 square, 8, 0 square. So, and then this is going to be square rooted. So we're going to get a 2 over 1. Good? Now 2 over 1. So we find the scalar here. And then we're going to times the vector y. Vector y is 1 and 0. So that will be the answer for a B. Now we continue to the next. Now for question C. So it's going to be the vector x and vector y. So we apply the scalar projection first. So vector x on vector y. So it's equal vector x dot vector y divide the magnitude of vector y. So we apply the point. So 2 times negative 5 and 5 times 12. So we're going to find the magnitude of y will be negative 5 square, 8, 12 square. So what are we going to get? We apply the calculator. So this is going to be a 10. So 2 times 5, we get negative 10. So 8, 60. So here it's going to be 25,844. So what are we going to get? So we're going to get 13 or square root of 25,844. So the answer we got is 50 over 13. So this is the answer for the scalar projection. So the next part, vector projection for vector x on vector y, and that's the formula. Vector x dot vector y divide the magnitude of vector y square. So we're going to apply the point. And since we already done the calculation here, so we're going to directly write negative 10 at 60. So it's equal square root 25,844, and you put a bracket exponent 2, and you're going to get the answer is 50. So from here, you're going to get 13. So if 13 exponent 2, you're going to get 169. And then times the vector y. Vector y is negative 5 and 12. And that's the final answer. So here we are. So we already done 3 questions for question 7. Calculation, scalar projection, and vector projection for A, B, and C. So we completed. That's easy. So just put detailed attention to do it. Should be well done. Now let's move on. So this is Smart Kids Learning Center, the tutoring class. our online class contact number and the course we majorly tutoring. And please subscribe my video. I'm continue explaining the same topic for vector for the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.